I was invited to be on the card of Arm God's Ultimate Arm Wrestler 5 this past weekend. Paul has offered me matches before, and I've usually replied with something like, "Have things got so bad?" knowing that he always has other choices, and it is out of kindness rather than need that he has given the invitation. That goes for most of you too. If someone offers you a chance to do something exciting, consider what it is that made them think of inviting you. I'm not generally interested in super matches, and I make no secret of preferring the random draw of a tournament. Not easily deterred, Paul offered me a match against the Cave Troll, and there was a bit of a story to tell and some fun to be had, so uncharacteristically I agreed. It set me thinking about the mechanics of it from his side, and what responsibility the puller should undertake. There's a show to be made, an audience to entertain. Is it all up to him? Well, no, it shouldn't be. So you've been offered a super match by a promoter. What next? Firstly, know the format. How many rounds will it be? How many other matches are on the card? What rule set is being used? Are you familiar with it? If not, make some effort to find out what it is. That's not phoning or messaging to get a personal reply. See if there is something published on their website and actually read it. Leave questions to after if you don't understand or need clarification. If it's glitzy, you might need to do an entrance, so make sure you look as you want to. Get a haircut, wash your face maybe. Have some music in mind unless you are happy with someone else's choice. Press conference? Well, you better think of something to say if you don't want to watch yourself back mumbling yes and no's. Speak clearly with conviction. Show who you are, even if you are a moron. There is appreciation even for authentic morons. However far it is to get there, show up a little early and definitely on time. Being late is going to provide suspicion that you have bottled it. That happens too. So don't take matches you don't intend to honour, and give early excuses if circumstances mean you can't get there as planned. Don't be in a hurry to go home. I know when I run a tournament that sometimes I've had to travel to get into the town a day before. The van had to be loaded and everything sorted before I travelled, and likely it will be the following day that I get home and unload. Consequently, I have no sympathy for latecomers who can't organise themselves or their other commitments and want special dispensation to arrive late and leave early. You're in or you're out. In the lead up to the show, is there anything you can do to get more eyes on it? Social media is where all the lonely misfits sit waiting to be entertained. Direct their attention to what you are doing. Who is your opponent? Why is the match taking place? Unfinished business? Grudge match about some imagined slight? Friendly rivalry? There needs to be a story to create interest. Why should anyone be interested in what you're doing? Likely they are not, but your friends, if you have any, might be. The promotion invited you, or you begged for a spot. Whichever it is, there was an investment of time to make it all happen, and you agreed to go. So put some effort in before, during, and after, regardless of the result. Don't turn up like a wet rag expecting everyone to fawn over you. If you are winning all your super matches, chances are you are glory hunting and taking an easy ride. If you are losing them all, perhaps you are overextending. Can you learn from it? If not, what is your motivation? After you win or loss, thank the promoter for the opportunity and make a fuss about the promotion. Even if the highlight reel is going to show you get smashed. Take it on the chin, no excuses. If you pin your opponent cleanly, you get called a winner. Every other scenario means that you have more work to do. Progression should be the aim. Learn from the mistakes, take the chances where you get them, and the results will eventually come. Or you'll decide that after all, arm wrestling isn't for you. The local college has flower arranging courses and yoga classes which might suit you better. My shortcomings as an arm wrestler are mainly due to my inability to listen to sound advice provided by those much better than me over these last few years. That said, small improvements have crept into my practice, and after yesterday's performance, Paul again has offered to help me improve. That's the sort of feedback you can't buy. It has taken me some time to rebuild myself from the wreck I had become when I decided to start arm wrestling. Back then, the aim was to recover and get strong. Any sort of focus on technique or strategy seemed a waste of time and energy, and certainly not fun. I mention this only because we can all learn and improve in some way. Sometimes we're stubborn, unwilling to change, or maybe the time is not right. Whatever, I had a great time at Ultimate Arm Wrestler, and I had more than my fair share of the spotlight. Others who are interested in being the centre of attention, if only for a short time, might think about contacting Paul and see if they can be matched up for a story of their own on Arm Gods, Ultimate Arm Wrestler. It's that easy. The Pro Nationals are approaching. If you want to know anything about it, there is a page on the website called Nationals. That's www-PAA. No, it's not. Let's do that again. The site is www.paa-armwrestling.com/nationals. Those who read the bulletin last week will have seen the ridiculous and unlikely things that pass for meaningful communication between some of the guerrillas and the organisational part of this association. It's much smoother if you plan in advance. See you down the road.